But without further ado, here we go. Let's get this thing started. All right, y'all. So again, we're going to see a HIIT class. What is a high intensity interval training class? That's going to be essentially where we're trying to keep our heart rate in a high sustained heart rate level, and then we'll get that equal amount of rest, right? So we're not going with any other level, but it's high and resting, right? And remember, on this one, it's going to be strictly body weight. We have 3 different blocks. You have your first block, which is going to be a warm-up. Technically, your first block of actual work, we'll use what's called the Tabata timer. And then lastly, your third block, we're going to go ahead and switch it up a little bit. I got a fun exercise for you guys. Remember, all you're going to need is a little bit of water, and you'll need a towel. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get this HIIT class started. Again, my name is Coach Jeremy, and let's go ahead and start it up right away. So we're going to start our warm-up with 3 different exercises. We're going to spend 30 seconds on each, and we're going to go through 3 rounds of them. What I want you to focus on is, 1, making sure you understand the movement. Once you understand the movement, then we can change the intensity from round to round. Remember, warming up is about slowly progressing or overloading over time. So we'll take that first round with a mild intensity. We'll turn it up in the second, and then we'll try and see what we can do in the third. Your 3 movements here. First one is going to be a step out squat. Feet are going to be together. You want to step out to a regular squat width, squat and step back in, and then you go to the other side. Really just helping to open up the hips. Again, you're going to be there for 30 seconds. Get whatever range of motion you can get. And then we're going to take it into a quad. So it's going to be a 4-point position, reach and rotate. So I'm going to come down to both knees underneath the hips. You can engage the toes as well. I'm going to set my hands down. Remember, I still have a little bit of a wrist issue, which is why I'm using my fists. But you'll just go ahead and reach and rotate. Now, when you do, remember, your body loves rotation. Make sure you're looking at your hand as you do so, and you can stay on one side or you can alternate. It is really up to you. Last one, we're taking it to a glute bridge. So you're going to lay all the way down on the ground. You want your feet close to your bottom, hip width, toes forward. From here, turn the belly on. I'm going to go ahead and press my hands into the ground, and then I'll squeeze my butt together, focusing on just the glutes being the main reason why we're getting those hips up and down. Fairly easy warm up, but again, great movements to get the body going. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get started, y'all. Here we go. Step out squat in 3, 2, 1, feet together, and let's go. Squat. And again, take your time through this one. Something I like to focus on when I'm squatting is the first point of contact with the ground. And I always love to emphasize the feet as a huge, important key piece. But again, that's going to be my focus, round 1. Stick my foot to the ground, keep it there, and go through my range of motion. Perfect. 3, 2, 1. Finish that squat. Let's get to that quad position. I'm going to go ahead and alternate on this one since we do have 3 rounds. So toes down, knees down, hands down. I'm going to reach as far as I can, rotate, back down, reach as far as I can, and rotate. Well, you'll notice you're going to get a good sensation along the middle of your back here, hopefully, as you get the scapula to move a little bit, those shoulder blades. Good. Keep working through that reach and rotation. Time check means we got to go in 3, 2, 1 to the glute bridge. On your back, feet down, and again, lock the belly first, press the hands down, squeeze the butt together. Same concept I was thinking about in the squat in regard to my feet is making sure I can press through those and focus on those being a part of the way I begin my movement, right? Once we start to think about things and where they're happening, exercise just tends to happen a little bit easier. Let's get back to the top in 3, 2, 1. All right, round number 2. So remember what I mentioned earlier before we started. Can we ramp up the intensity just a little bit here? Notice my pace has gone up just a tad. That's perfect. I'm feeling better, but I'm still not overworking myself. If you were the emphasis in round 1, maybe now I'm thinking about my hips and being able to drive those knees out, creating rotation at the hips. Let's bring it down to that quad position in 3, 2, 1. And again, same concept here. Reach, rotate. Find that core intention. Pull that belly button to your spine. And then go with a big range of motion. And here, instead of trying to go faster to ramp up intensity, maybe I'm trying to go further. Change that range of motion. Keep working through that. We got 8 seconds here. I'm going to go ahead and start to switch into our glute bridge, but on my cue, you join me in 3, 2, and 1. Glute bridge. All right, so pretty simple move, right? Pretty standard posterior chain, backside of the body. So with this one, I'm thinking again, that rotation or that knee out position, it's gonna help turn on the glutes. But one, I'm turning up that pace just a little bit. 15 seconds. Good, we got one more round. Back to the step out squat in 3, 2, and 1. All right, last round, let's get it. And remember, pace can go crazy here. We're feeling better. If you need to stick back to what you did in round 1 or 2, that's fine as well. Thinking about my upper body now, keeping those shoulders pulled back just slightly. Chest stays proud as I work through my movement. Legs are absolutely getting a massive burn at this point, 10 seconds. Make sure you're coming all the way up, all the way down. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. All right, now, how do we ramp up intensity if we've already reached a max range of motion? What you can do is try and define one of your shapes, right? So I'll reach, I'll take a breath. It's gonna help me define it. Now I rotate, take a breath. Try the same thing on the other side. Notice what your breath does to your tissue as you take that breath. All right, here we go. Glute bridge in 3, 2, 1, and go ahead and come down onto the back. Maybe try a few. If you want to try and switch things up a little bit, go for a hold for the remaining time. 15 seconds left. Squeeze in, pushing those knees out, turning the glutes on. Maybe I can actually get some legitimate feedback from my hands here to see if it's actually on. Good, hold 5, 3, 2, 1, rest. Awesome job, y'all. All right, so go ahead and get down to some recovery. Grab a little bit of water with me. Cheers. And then I'm gonna go ahead and talk about block number 2. Now in block number 2, we're gonna go ahead and see 3 exercises again. Make them quick, but it's about how we attack the exercises. And remember, the HIIT class, trying to get our heart rate elevated. So don't be afraid to come out the gates hot, all right? Now it's about a timer. We're gonna go 30 seconds of work, 30 seconds of rest. That is a lot of work and a lot of rest, equal amounts. But you'll notice that rest is really gonna help you out a whole lot, and you're gonna feel pretty fresh, all right? You may even feel so fresh to the point where you're like, I don't need this much rest. If that's the case, turn up the intensity when you are working for those 30 seconds. Here's your first one. We're gonna go pogos. So linear pogos, linear, forward and back. You're just gonna hop and land on the balls of your feet. Again, it's a quick reaction time type of exercise. As soon as those balls of your feet hit the ground, you wanna go into the opposite direction. You can swing the arms if you'd like. You can keep them moving right here, dangling by your side. But again, keep it a low impact style of movement. You can even change the pace as your option. A little bit of regression, forward and back. Next, we take it to lateral pogos. Same exact thing, but now we're going side to side. All right, now again, the intensity, we can make it really fast. That's gonna bring that heart rate up. But first round, let's see what it's like. Again, we have 3 rounds total. Lastly, we're going rotational hops. So from here, feet hip width, you're just gonna wanna turn a full 180, right? Now on this, you definitely wanna get your arms and your upper body involved. I'm gonna go ahead and swing them up and then go and twist, boom. Twist again, boom. Now, what direction? Clockwise, counterclockwise, that's up to you. You can always alternate it. Have your own fun with it. All right, team, here we go. Linear pogos, lateral pogos, and you have that rotational hop. It's gonna be 30 seconds apiece, and we get 30 seconds of rest. Starting in 3, 2, and 1. Let's go. Linear pogos. I'm gonna start with like a mild intensity to begin on the first 30 seconds. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. The bigger the breath you take, the harder it is for that heart rate to get into those zones, which is what we want, right? We're trying to last here. 15 seconds, that's halfway. Good, balance. Strike with the balls of your feet, calves are active. Good, 5, 3, 2, 1. 30 seconds of recovery, awesome job. My heart rate's elevated, but I do know that I have more room to add some on. Let's go to the lateral pogos now. 20 seconds of recovery. Great chance for you to build up that energy in that cardiovascular system. Grabbing some water, let's go. Always small sips. All right, team, less than 10 seconds. Like I mentioned in the previous interval, the bigger the breath you take, the quicker the heart rate comes down. Very, very good to do in between. In 3, 2, 1, lateral pogos, let's go. Side to side, Same principle, same concept. Awesome job, y'all. Land nice and light, quick and nimble with the feet. 10 seconds left. Starting to feel those calves getting a big burn. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Woo! So the heart rate might not be the first one to start to feel something. It might be those legs, but that's okay, right? They're going to rely on each other. All right, rotational hops. Remember, it's okay if you don't land in the same place. It's okay if you don't jump very high. You are trying to get that rotational turn. And again, really about kinesthetic awareness, knowing where your body is in space, right? So in less than 10 seconds, we take off. Again, you pick the direction that you want to work in, clockwise, counterclockwise, alternate. Remember, we do have 3 rounds total. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. Kind of got to think on this one a little bit and figure out where you want to go next. Remember, that's the beauty of exercise, right? Is that it's not always a physical game. If you're having a hard time with this one, I will show you an awesome option that we can get those calves to work and those legs to work instead of getting this hop in. In 3, 2, 1. 1 round down. I'm sweating. I hope you are too. We're moving on to our next round. Same exercises. 30 seconds of recovery. Breathe as big as you can. "15 seconds till we go, my friends. All right, so back to the top. We're taking it to linear pogos. Linear pogos in 3, 2, 1. Now, look at the pace, right? I know what that first round felt like. I know what intensity it was. So now, let me see what that felt like. Okay, try to think back. And what adjustments can I make? I know I got some room to add on, so I'm going a little bit quicker. 10 seconds. Keep that bend in your hips, knees, ankles. Again, quick, light on the feet. In 3, 2, 1. Hello. Awesome job. All right, heart rate is big now. I can feel it. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Great job, y'all. Keep that up. Amazing. 15 seconds, we go lateral. Should probably get a new mat. What do you guys think? Less than 10. All right, here we go, team. 3, 2, 1. Lateral pogos, let's go. Nothing changes but the direction from the previous to this exercise. Keep those feet in sync. Let them both land and produce power well. Good. Less than 10. About 5 right now. Come on. Good. Stay with me. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Rotational hop next. I'm going to go with the regression on this one. No hopping included. We are going to get those calves to work. I'm going to show you a way to disassociate the calves from the upper legs a little bit. We got 15 seconds. Oh boy. Small sips of water. 10. All right, if you're joining me on the regression, stay with me. If not, we're going rotational hop in 3, 2, 1. What I want you to do, team, is come down into your squat, pop up high. Perfect. We're going to practice. Pop up high into those calves. Pop up high, heels off the ground, onto the balls of your foot. And we're going to add on to this the next time we get to that next round. Notice, going slow on the way down, setting up my body, and then driving through the balls of your feet. Very similar to what you do on that actual rotational hop. In 3, 2, 1, rest. 2 rounds down, 1 round to go. We're just getting started, my friends. Just getting started. Okay, so in the recovery time, again, you're thinking about, okay, what is it going to take here to finish this last round? Think about the previous 2. How much can we add on? All right. I'm going to go ahead and show you an option, a regression for the linear pogo. All right. If you're doing the regular, this should be the best version. In 3, 2, 1, begin. Let's go. Okay, those that are going regress, notice I'm going small step in and out. Slightly different. Again, you're working one foot at a time, but similar in the sense that you're going in this linear pattern, right? Forward to back. I'm also staying on the balls of my feet, and I'm trying to go quick here as I bend the hips, knees, and ankles, staying in an active and ready position. Arms are moving too. Awesome job. Less than 10. You got this. Come on, fight through it. Good. 3, 2, 1. Bam. Calves. I'm feeling it. We're moving on to our next one here. Lateral pogo. Very similar regression, which I will do if we need it. It would be a step in, step out, just like what we did, but again, going side to side. 10 seconds until we go. All right, here we go, team. Taking it down. Lateral pogos in 3, 2, 1. Find your ready position. Out, out, in, in. There we go. And I'm putting an emphasis on that right step. But maybe I can switch it. Emphasis on the left step. Emphasis on the left step. Right? Again, this is where you get to have fun. Be creative. Work on that quick reaction time. That speed, that power. Again, we may not be athletes, but we can always work like one. Perfect. 3, 2, 1. Rotational hop for the last 30 seconds and going back to the regular. That way we see the regression in the previous round. Big, massive breaths in between as always. I took that big one. I'm already feeling better. Look at about 15 seconds, so we're leaving, y'all. Get ready for it. 10 seconds now. Last 30 seconds of this block. Know that you have one more block after this, and then we are officially done. All right, here we go, my friends. Rotational hop in 3, in 2, and 1. Let's get it. Try to land soft. Perfect. Keep working through this. 10 seconds left. Team, we shut it down in 3, 2, 1. Relax. All right, check with yourself real quick. You might not know what it means, but do a quick pulse check. I can feel it beating. I can feel it pumping. I can feel it going through my body. That's what we're looking for, right? Again, high intensity, quick heart rate, but give yourself that chance to recoup, to recover. Last block. We made it. Here we go. So we're gonna go 2 minutes of work, 1 minute of rest. You're gonna be working at your own pace here, but keep the thought process behind it. Keep the initial objective behind it. We gotta keep that heart rate elevated, all right? So 2 minutes of work, 1 minute of rest. We go 2 rounds, that's it, all right? So 4 minutes total in this block of actual work. What you're gonna do is you're gonna see 4 different exercises. What we're gonna start with is a burpee, everybody's favorites. You're gonna start with just one, simple, right? Then you'll take it to a block of 3 exercises, all at the same reps. 1 burpee, then you go 5 power push-up, 5 squat jump, 5 sit-up. You come back to the burpee when you finish those 3 exercises at 5 reps apiece, and then you're gonna go ahead and add on a burpee. So then it is 2 burpees. Now, within that block, we're gonna try and add on as many burpees as possible, right? Once we finish, I want you to remember that burpee number because we go into round number 2 doing the same exact thing, but we're gonna try and match or beat that burpee number. Strategy here would be to go a little bit slower so that it's easier to obtain that number. But again, as we spoke about this just a little bit ago, we're trying to keep that objective of keeping our heart rate up. All right, so here are the exercises. Burpee, remember, it's always gonna be a small hop. You're gonna come all the way down to the ground, all the way. And then you wanna pop back up to the flat feet, stand tall, all right? Try not to land on just the balls of your feet with those heels elevated. It's gonna put a lot of pressure on those Achilles tendons and those calves, all right? Now your option here would be no hop, just a reach. You come down to a squat, you walk it out, you lay all the way down, and then you just go ahead and walk it all the way back up. Now the 5 rep exercises, remember you have 3 of them. The first one's a power push-up, the next is a squat jump. Lastly, you have your sit-ups. I'm gonna start with the power push-up. Remember, I gotta go fists here. What makes it a power push-up? It's the way that you press yourself away from the ground. Your hands do not have to come off the ground themselves, but if they do, that's okay. Now remember, I'm using fists instead of hands here because my wrist. But you come down slow, build power, press up fast. Come down slow, press up fast. It may not look quick, but the idea is that you're putting that power behind the reps as you come up, all right? Your option, do it from a kneeling position instead. Next, you got a squat jump. All right, so remember, you're gonna come down with the arms when you're ready, and then swing them up, land soft. Just like we did, those pogos really prepped up our tissues for landing in this exercise. If you need to, squat, calf raise, squat, calf raise. That'll be your regression, your option. Lastly, you gotta sit up and then all the way down. Remember that power we used on our push-up? Let's use it here. You're gonna come up, swing the arms fast, sit up tall. Again, one more time, come down, belly is on, stare at the ceiling, swing up fast, come down slow. Now, can't do a full sit-up, get those knees bent, work a crunch, try and get the hands to the knees fast. For a crunch, for a crunch. Remember, lower back is down on this one. All right, team, one more time, as a recap, 2 minutes of work, 1 minute of rest. You're working at your own pace. We start with 1 burpee, you go to 5 reps of the following 3 exercises. You come back to the burpee, you add 1 on to make it 2 burpees. Then you do the same 3 exercises again, repeat the process until the 2 minutes is up. All right, my friends, let's grab a small sip of water. And again, this should take us about 5 minutes to finish. Look at that, plenty of time. All right, timer's on and we take off in 3, 2, and 1. Singular burpee, let's go. Awesome, now, remember power push-ups? We go there first. Perfect. Once you finish your 5 power push-up, again, not trying to stay with me or ahead of me, at your own pace, you go to your squat jumps. Awesome. Once you finish your 5 squat jump, you're into 5 sit-ups. Use that power. It's gonna help you come up. Belly is on. Remember when we say that, trying to pull that belly button to your spine, closing that gap in the midsection. It's gonna help turn on all those muscles in that midsection. Perfect. All right. So there's my 5. I finished all 3 exercises. Now I need to go back up to the burpee. We're only at 53 seconds. All right, let's keep going. 2 burpees this time. Now we go to the power push-up. To the squat jump. To the sit-up. Awesome. Still got 30 seconds left. At this point, I would definitely go back to doing burpees again. Finish this one strong. And again, my count would then go up to 3. Remember where you finished this vlog, team. 15 seconds, let's go. Awesome job, keep working your way through it. 10 seconds. Okay, remember where you left off. In 3, in 2, and 1. Hello, heart rate. Pulse check. Don't know how fast it's going, but I feel it. All right, so let's think back to where we finished. Okay, if you got 2 burpees down and you started another round of those subsequent accessory exercises, let's go ahead and try and get to that same point. So for example, I got the 2, let's say, plus 3 push-ups, 2 burpees plus 3 push-ups. That's how far I got. I'm gonna try in this next 2 minutes to get to that same 2 burpees plus 3 push-ups, if not more. Again, set challenges for yourselves, and you'll notice you're gonna work just a little bit harder on your blocks. All right, team, small sips of water, big breaths. We got 15 seconds till we go. Last 2 minutes of work coming up. 10 seconds till we leave. All right, pure adrenaline, pure gas on this last block. Hey, remember, tough things make us better. Let's go get it. In 3, 2, 1. Go get it. Start from the top. There's 1 burpee. Now I'm going to power push-ups. Into my squat jumps. Awesome sit-ups. Perfect. There's 1. I got to get to that 2. 2 full rounds is where I got. Oops. Let's get to that burpee first. Upper body's feeling it. About to finish my second round. All right, team. I got my 2. That doesn't mean I'm stopping, but I'm checking in with you because you have 45 seconds left in your day. Team, make these reps count. Make this intent count. You came in here with a reason. You came in here with a purpose. We got to fight for every second of it. Last 30 seconds. Let's go. I'm going to get a couple more in so I can beat my score from last time. I got 3 burpees here to finish off my day. Hey, yo, Samsung, 15 seconds. Let's go. That's 10. Here we go, my friends. Shut it down in 3, 2, 1. Woo! Awesome work. Amazing job. I'm breathing. I'm sure you could probably hear it, but there's nothing that makes me happier than working out with you guys. Thank you so much. We're gonna get to a cool down block, so go and join me on the floor. Let's keep our heart rate elevated on this one. Excuse me. Let's keep our head above our heart rate, not so much heart rate elevated. We're done working. Okay, so I wanna go to one that we've seen probably a lot when we were younger. Or at least when I was younger, I remember this. But this is a test that we used to have, and I've always been just the least flexible guy in the room. Don't necessarily know why that is, but I've definitely tried to work towards it. That is all for me to say. We're gonna go into a forward fold in a seated position. This reminds me of the sit and reach test that we used to do in school. So, legs are straight. What I want you to do is relax your body first and your mind. So inhale through your nose. Sit up tall, exhale through your mouth. Do it again, in through your nose. Fill up that chest and that belly. Let it out. On the next breath, we're just gonna forward fold and round the back as much as we can. We want you to round the back here. The spine is okay with moving as long as you don't have that external resistance. All right, here we go. So inhale, reach as far as you can. Try and get to those toes if you can. Awesome. Now, it's always been a weird thing for me in terms of being more mobile, being more flexible, because I just never felt like I've had it. And maybe there's some of you out there that feel the same way. But I do remember a time where things were quote unquote worse. Or maybe just, let's just say, they weren't as efficient, right? They weren't as amazing. But if you keep working on it on a consistent basis, it will get better. How much better? Who knows, right? It really depends. But the fact of the matter is that you cannot give it up. You cannot give up on the things that you want to get better at, even if they take a long time. We're going to hold this position here. What I want you to do is start to notice how your breath can really help you get into a deeper position. So I'm noticing myself is relaxing a little bit. My tissues are getting to a little bit more of a calm point. I'm just going to inhale big and through my nose. Exhale just as big, if not longer, through the mouth. Repeat that process for the last 30 seconds here. Big every time, if not bigger than the previous. And I'm starting to feel myself just get a little bit more relaxed in the back. It's rounding out a little bit more. Again, not a bad thing. I can tell you so much to get away from a rounded spine, but it is extremely situational, as most things are with human movement and the exercise that you are performing. Inhale big one more time. Exhale even bigger. Slowly release. Come up. Really good for the hamstrings, really good for the spine right there. And my heart rate is definitely down, but I am definitely dripping sweat. All right, y'all. That is going to conclude our HIIT class for the day. Again, my name is Coach Jeremy. Thank you so much for coming out. Remember, we see these every Monday, Wednesday at 5:30, whether it's between a metabolic, a boot camp, or a HIIT class, but we're always going to have something for you here. Come on out, bring your friends, bring your coworkers, whatever it may be. Let's fill up these virtual classes, and we'll see you guys next week. Have a great one.